Yes, thank you, Nicholas. Nicky Shots, everyone. What are you up to now? Police are investigating the mysterious disappearance of the great fake moon. I'm just watching the news. Now, police are investigating the mysterious disappearance of the great fake moo. This circus performer was performing at Starsha's second-hand circus in Beaglington-On-Sea. He was performing a disappearing act at the end of the show when he mysteriously disappeared. Because he has not reappeared, police are wondering where he might be. If you have any idea about the whereabouts of the great fake moo, please get in contact with them at their field office at the Swan Inn in Beaglington-On-Sea. We spoke to one of his associates at the circus and he had this to say.
We haven't seen him since he did his magic trick. 1 second he was over there, and then the next second, poof, he was gone. And we haven't seen him since. Is that good enough? Where are my chippies? Jimmy!
So yes, if you have any information regarding the case of the missing great fake moo, please get in contact with the police in Beaglington. More police news coming up after the break as police investigate the mysterious explosion at the Beaglington-On-Sea station's goods yard, where the goods shed blew up. Police say this is quite curious as the great fake moo disappeared on exactly the same day. But they have no evidence and all lines of inquiry are open. I'll be back with you after the break. You're watching News 1 Beaglington and I'm Bernard Soostabig.
Whatever, what's next? You need to get on and do the Halloween special.
Oh, fine.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Beaglington-On-Sea and welcome to the Beaglington-On-Sea 2023 Halloween special. Now in this episode I've got a Halloween unboxing to do. There's a ghost story, there's a bit more stop motion, which is actually the finishing of the story that was on last year's Halloween special, and of course I've got some trains to run, and as you can see I've decorated, and I'm going to be running some trains. So I thought, since it's now October, sort of post-harvest time, autumn, whatever, I go for some sort of autumnal coloured trains. So I've got my orange M&GN D-tank here to run. I've got a green repainted J72. The J72 is on some L&E Arctiques, and the M&GN tank is on sort of harvest products. So there's an ale van, a grain wagon, a shepherd neem van, a milk wagon, and a cattle van. So that's my little train there. And then on the outside line, I have a rather weathered old B12. As you've seen, if you're a member, or well, not a member, a subscriber of the channel, if you watch regularly, you'll know my B12, which I quite like, and it's running with the Crimson and Cream or Blood and Custard terrestries. So I'm going to start those running now, and hopefully we won't have any incidents. I hope you like the decoration anyways. I've got lights, I've got bunting, tried to put a bit more effort into it this year as far as decoration goes. I didn't get time to do any costumes anyways, but yeah, let's get things running. So here goes the B12. Hopefully the lights aren't distracting you too much. I am aware they are flashing quite a lot. And that light, there's a light in the tunnel is actually hanging down where it's going to hit the train bit. Oh dear, right, okay. Let's start another engine. So we have the M&GN tank, which I think looks rather lovely. And I'm going to put that at a nice steady pace. I'll just see if I can get past the point. And then we have the J72, which I shouldn't have to worry about once it gets started, although it can be a bit temperamental and squeaky at the start. But once it's going, it should be good. There we go. This corner, I think it's cursed. I have problems with it, I think, during the live show. There's just some sort of weird electrical thing going on with this fish plate, and occasionally it just sparks, just looks weird. So, now they're all running, I'm gonna go get some nice footage of them running. Happy Halloween, everyone!
we go. Well, that's a new one. Could you not knock things over for 5 seconds, Smutpuss? Stop knocking things over!
Right, well, it was a bit more of a struggle running those than I expected. But at least I finally got them down in the end anyways. Hopefully that track combo gets sorted out, so they'll keep running the other trains without the issues on them. So, it's time to stop those now, so I'll stop that one and that one in the station, and we'll just wait for G72 to get round and we can stop that one in the station as well. So yes, I had my sort of like harvest festival train at Rogers, and I see some passenger trains, perhaps people making the most of. I mean, it's an awfully sunny day today. It's been raining pretty much every day, but it's a nice sunny day today, so maybe people are going and taking the opportunity to go out and do some pre-Christmas shopping. Well, anyways, it's Halloween, so it's time to do a spooking. It is time to do a spooking. No, it's time to do a spooky unboxing with Alex at the desk.
Yes, thank you, Alex. Well, I have a spooky unboxing to do. So, I've got a box here. I've got a box here, and it's from Sam's Trains, obviously. Now, last year, I got this spooky little character, the pumpkin wagon, and, you know, he was doing another Halloween wagon, so I thought I would get one. So, it's in this box, and I've moved it to the top because there's a lot of packing peanuts. I have to find the other stuff, so I'll just pop it there. And see what I can find. There should be a piece of paper. And there should be, somewhere in here, amongst these ghostly packing peanuts, a little detail pack. Here we are. So, I'll pop that down there, and we can have a look. It says,
what does it say? It says the usual. This is a detailed scale model for adult collectors. Caution, not suitable for children under 14 years because of small parts which can present choking hazards. Some components have functional sharp edges or points and should be handled with care. Please retain this information for future reference. So, they're the bits that we're going to attach to the wagon, which is in here. And so the story of this wagon, as you might have seen, is that they were building a railway in the Cairngorms Mountains and there was an accident and many people lost their lives. So here we have the certificate of death. So we'll get to that in a minute. Let the pumpkin hold that. We're going to open up this bubble wrap and see the wagon. And here we have it. The coffin wagon. So this is the Sam's Trains Halloween 2023 wagon. And it's a 3D printed coffin, I think, on a chassis. It's even got the handles on the side, as I will show you in the close-up, if I can get the camera to focus. There we go. So yeah, it's just a little novelty, a little bit of fun for Halloween. A bit depressing though when you think about it, but here we have the certificate of death of Alice Woods. This is to acknowledge the death of Alice Woods, the third person to lose their life during the building of the now cancelled Cairngorms branch line in January 1850. The coroner's signature, Sam's Trains, for Mr. Samuel's Trains. So I've got that neat little certificate of death now. We know now that the deceased passenger inside this wagon is in fact Miss or Mrs. Alice Woods. God rest her soul. And so, may she rest in peace. Or probably not quite so peaceful as she's taking a ride on my railway. So we'll open the detail bag and I'll just show you what's in it. And then I will fight the packet. There we go. So, we've got some glue here. And it's always a good idea, we can use this packet of glue to test fit the buffers, because they can be a bit stiff sometimes. So you pop them in and they fit, then you can pop them back out with a little bit of glue on and see. So I will get on and glue those on. So there we have the buffers on, and the glue is a bit goopy on there, but it doesn't matter because you probably won't see that much when it's running. So the buffers are gluing on, and we can turn our attention to the underside, and I'll just go in a bit closer. Ready? Ooh, spooky. Right, so I've got here a pot of cocktail sticks. There you go. And I'm going to use that, if I need to get glue in where I need to. So I've got these brake riggings. They only go one way round and they just fit in place. So I don't have to glue into the holes if I don't want to. I can just add a bit of glue to these pegs. You can see now how goopy the glue is. Trying to get any on the wheels. Steady. Oh, nope, I missed. A bit on the axle freebie bit, but there we go. It'll be fine. And we'll do the other one. Ooh, whoops. Butterfingers. There we are. That's on. Glue's gonna wispy. And then we have these brake levers, which are very small and a little bit fiddly, but they match up with a hole on the side of the wagon. As you can see there, there's a hole there and there's a hole on the thing. So I think the wonky side goes there. And there we have it, the assembled chassis, although that wispy glue I will have to get off, and then I will just pop in the couplings. And it's fairly simple to do the couplings, because they're just the Sam's Trains 3D printed NEM ones. You just take it to the pocket, you put one foot in, and bend it down, push the other one in, that's one. And the other one, is the same. I'm covering up my own light now, so I can't see what I'm doing. Put that leg in there and push in. Oh, you missed. And I've knocked off a buffer. Come on. There we go. There. Oh, I haven't knocked off a buffer. It's just appeared out of nowhere. Well, anyways, it must have been stuck to the coupling or something. So there we have the finished and assembled train or wagon with the body of Miss Alice Woods in her coffin on her way to her final resting place. So we're going to couple that up presumably with this pumpkin wagon, who's a bit cheerier, and I'll give him back to Alex over there at the railway and run some more trains, I suppose. Yes, thank you, Alex. And the coffin wagon of Miss Alice Woods is down here, attached to last year's pumpkin wagon. So, without further ado, I shall run some more trains. On the inside line is Sydney, the rail motor that I built from a Hornby four-wheel coach and a Hornby overall chassis, a blue coach and a blue NCB brake van to match. Then we have the LBSTR E2 number 100, and that is on the pumpkin wagon, the coffin wagon conveying Miss Alice Woods, a coach conveying her mourners, and of course a passenger brake van C at the rear with maybe some light refreshments, sandwiches, that kind of stuff for after the funeral. So she's off to her eternal resting place. And then on the outside line we have Sir Dinadan, and he's pulling, or she's pulling, 2 Malachite coaches, then and the Pullman, and then 2 more Malachite coaches. So they're going to be running, and sometimes Dinadan does like to dance a little, there's got a bit of a limp sometimes, it's the limp night. So hopefully we won't have any more issues, but yes, let's get these trains started. So, oh, wrong way. There we go. Got a bit of a wobble, but other than that, Dinadan seems to be fine at the moment. We'll start Sydney. Yep. Bit of an odd one, that, but I like it. Also, very fast. So I'll try and scale it back a bit. I hope they doesn't score at the same time. See, here we go. Right, that's the speed. We'll have to leave it on. And then we have the V2. Something seems off there. I'm just going to get back around and see it. This is a rather noisy run. Yes, I think they left Miss Woods and her family behind. The pumpkin wagon is actually not on the rails at the moment. It's because the rear coupling hoop of the LBSC locomotive is actually damaged. So, if we couple it up, I'm going to try again. There we are. Right, there we are. We shall get some finishes in the oven. Oh, I'll come around again, I suppose. There she is, Miss Alice Woods in pole position. boy. Want to see the magic wand? Now you can tell me the story. Oh, yes. Hello again. Right. Well, I'll just stop these trains. The signal's already stopped, so it's turned off. So the passengers in the station can get out and have their refreshments, I suppose, and dinner and stop in the station as well. So, or my long ginger hair is kind of getting in the way. It's the thing of my family, long ginger hair. My father had it, my daughter has it. Well, had it. Anyways, it's time to do the ghost story. Now, we decided that we'd ask local people around Beaglington if anyone had a good ghost story. And thankfully, we found someone in the back of the Swan, in the back bar. I mean, he wasn't too happy. He'd recently lost his job. But he was quite happy to come and tell us his ghost story.
Hello. I used to be an engine driver at Beaglington-On-Sea. I'm not anymore though. And I'm going to tell you the story of why. And it's a bit of a ghost story. So I've got this book here with it in. And I'm going to start reading to you. So, open the book. It was a cold and stormy day in Beaglington-On-Sea. I was down at the station, shunting with my fireman. We were moving oil tanks from one side into another to put them onto the brake van. And one of the wagons was a bright orange wagon. I remember it clearly. It had red frames and it was full of very explosive fuel. I mean, like highly volatile fuel. Like, you didn't want to hard shunt that stuff. Really, we should have had a barrier wagon or something, but we didn't. Beaglington, you know, it's always like that. So, we shunted back out onto the main line in order to shunt back into the siding, which, you know, it's a bit of an awkward practice, but it's what you've got to do. And we just set up to go forwards, knowing the signalman had changed the points, when we realised that he'd set them the wrong way. So we jumped out of the cab, we waved our arms, we said stop. I said stop, we set them the wrong way. But it was too late. We left the engine go, it let off a whistle, and slowly it chopped through the station, gathering speed. One of the shunters bravely tried to stop it. For some reason he stood in front of the train, he was hit. The train raced on and crashed into the back of a freight train. The goods train collided with the wagon collided with it, and it just exploded everywhere. It was carnage. The guard was badly burnt, and the engine was a write-off. Now, some evenings, when the sea mist rolls in, you can hear the shrill whistle of the ghost engine as it chops through the station, looking for another train to crash into. That's not the end of the story. One night, it was early morning, the fish train was passing through Beaglington-On-Sea, heavy mist. It slowly went through the station, past the signal box, and headed out. Little did it know it was being followed by the ghost train, which followed it through the station, ever so slightly behind, until the rear of the train got to the road bridge. And just like the first crash, the ghost train slammed into the back of the van. Blew up. They eventually sent a pannier tank to rescue it with a crane. And that was pretty much the whole story. But basically I let my engine get away and people were hurt. And a ghost engine was created that now goes around blowing up trains. So, it's a bit awkward, but that's why I am now unemployed. But I kept the hat. Well, I just got to tell my story.
Well, that was a fairly ominous and frightful tale. And I suppose people will be avoiding trains in the sea mist these days, which is not great for passenger confidence, this stuff, is it? Oh well, never mind. Anyways, more trains. So, On the outside line, I have the Class 40 40140, which is a Lima model and is DCC fitted. And then on the middle line, I have the Great Western Prairie 4589. That's a little bit of Great Western for Kelly Ashford, because this round features 2 diesels. So, and then I have a sort of Southwestern Region diesel being 37207, the Class 37, William Cookworthy in Cornish Railways. It's got insignias on it, whatever. And that's going to be pulling some China clay wagons, hoods, and some cement wagons. The Great Western locomotive is on a passenger train, and so is the Class 40. So I'm going to get those running now. So we'll start with the Great Western engine, because it's the first one I handed the controller off. Quite nice. And then we'll start the Class 37 off. It's a bit sluggish to get going, and then when it goes, it goes. It doesn't help that a wire appears to have got trapped outside the body, but never mind. And then we have the Class 40. And that's the way to happen. What was the point in that? Well, one moment, and just by magic, everything is working again. As long as Smutpuss doesn't step on anything this time. So we went back and rewinded it. We've gone across a bit, but just up speed. Oh, there you go. Oh! Good job. Not going to knock them over this time. Right, now we can slow things down a little bit. And you can go back up there. But we promise not to knock anything else over. And we can get some footage of things running. More than uneventful. So we've just got the trains there now. We've got William Cookworthy by the signal. We've got the DCC 140, and we shall stop the ferry in this station as well. There's a passengers can swap between trains. So I'm going to hand back over to Alex at the desk for the last time today, and he's going to be looking at turning a tank wagon into a sort of pumpkin wagon, very crudely, with nothing more than PVA and some sort of black paper. Anyways, over to Alex.
Yes, welcome back to the desk, and now we're going to try and turn this wagon into a bit more Halloween-y looking wagon by turning it into a sort of pumpkin wagon. So I've got some sort of tissue paper here, which I'm hoping I'll be able to turn into pumpkin face material. So I can just cut a bit off the edge here for now. I'm not going to need masses of it. So what I'll do is I will cut some triangles out of this for, I don't know, like a nose or something, or eyes. And just sort of cut some interesting shapes out of it. And then we'll see about assembling a face. So there we have a nose, and it's not stuck on yet. And I've got some pieces here to be eyes. And I'm just going to sort of place them loosely on that. I seem to have lost a piece here. Here we are. There. So you have sort of eyes up there, and then we'll do like a zigzag mouth. So here we have a mouth. Ta-da! Well, hopefully it'll look better when it's glued on. So we'll do the other side as well, and hopefully we'll have two faces. I think that should do. So that's that side. He's looking a bit, well, I think he's had one too many, but he looks pretty good, I think, considering that I just thought doing this off the top of my head with this orange wagon. Now it was finished with its intended purpose. So now we have got the mouth, and there's the nose. So if we can get the nose somewhere central, if we can pick up the nose. And we can take it around and put it there, like that. So like a nose, I think a little bit further around, like that. And a little, tiny little bit higher. Fit that mouth in. Yep. Now we can do the eyes. Oh dear! I've dipped my sleeve into the PVA. Oh well. Yeah, that looks good to me. And then the other eye. And then when I've done this, I'm going to go wipe my sleeve. Hopefully this PVA will dry clearly. So that is that one done. And now just have to do the mouth. And clear up all the PVA glue. I hope Smutpuss doesn't come over to the desk while I'm getting sent to clear up the PVA glue, or he'll be stuck to the desk. There we go. Right, that's enough glue on the mouth. I think I'll do it the other way up. I think I will do it that way up. Yeah, there we go. the tweezers will let go of the mouth. Okay, the tweezers have kept hold of the mouth. It's not the end of the world. Let's get some more cocktail sticks and fix his mouth. Well, we need to drag his mouth down a bit. Stretch it back out again. There. Now, how does that look? Yeah. I think he looks like a very grumpy, unhappy little pumpkin. Let's bring his eye down a bit there. More of that grumpy looking. That one's right up there. There you go. He's like, yeah. Right, that'll do. And I'll let the glue dry. And then I'll hand it back to Alex and you can see it on the railway. I'm off to go get the PVA off of my sleeve.
Yes, thank you, Alex. I've now put the wagon into a train behind Merton. Hopefully it's going to work fine today. And on the inside line, I'm going to be running my celebration Thomas, because we're having a Halloween celebration with Annie and Clarabelle. And then on the outside, I've got my Ruston 48 DS. And I've got my Mid-Suffolk Light Railway wagons behind that, because I've got the Christie & Son wagon. It's an older one. And I've seen in Railway Modeler that they're going to be doing a new run. The Midi Trading Co. are going to be doing a new run of that with a different number, I think. And so I've got that kind of Eastern coal train thing going on there. And like I put the light on, it's got a bit dark now. So we're going to run this last set of trains and you'll get to see the pumpkin wagon going round. But first, I'm just going to throw back to last Halloween. I don't know if people saw it, but there was a stop motion animation thing that I did and a bit of fighting some aliens. And one of them got away, but we're going to find out what happened now. I finally tracked you down through space and time.
I will have revenge.
What will you do?
I will blow up the explosive wire with my laser, which will amplify the power to destroy Beaglington-On-Sea. Ah, you have won this time. It is not my doing.
Oh, I'm off. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. But now it's time to run these last trains. So, we're going to start with the Ruston. It's a nice quiet run this time, I think. Merton is quiet as well. You get to see there are two faces obviously on this pumpkin wagon, so one either side. And there you are. And then we can run Thomas. Go on, mate. There we are. They're all running nice. And so, I mean, Tom sounds a bit rattly, but anyway. So we'll go down and we'll get some footage of those runs.
Happy Halloween, Smutpuss!
Right, well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for in this Halloween special of Beaglington-On-Sea. And I suppose you'll have to wait until next year for another Halloween special. But we'll be back with a special Christmas, I imagine, which I really have to get planned for that. So I'm going to stop these trains in the station now. We'll stop Merton in its pumpkin wagon in the station there. And then I'll wait for these other ones to get back around. Because his tail is now hanging down in the way of the train. So he's dangling a bit. Right, okay, so we'll stop the Blackburn Thomas in the station. There we go. And then Ruston is just going to park up in the station as well. There we go. So, yes, that's the Halloween special done. I'd just like to say thank you very much to everyone who's watched this video, everyone who has liked my videos, commented, subscribed to the channel. I'm really, really thankful that you like the content that I'm making, and I hope you stuck around for the whole of this. It doesn't matter if you watched the whole thing in one go, watched it in like 2-minute sections, as long as you've enjoyed it, I'm very happy indeed. But don't forget, if you haven't already, you can like, share, and subscribe. That's what YouTube is for, as well as watching things. But yeah, planning for Christmas. That's what's next. So thanks from me, Alex at the desk, and old Smutpuss here. And we'll see you again at Beaglington-On-Sea for another special. But for now, I'm off. So until the next time, ta-ra. Oh. And there's the playlist thing and the subscribe bubble thing. See ya. Oh, thank God that's over.